Hello everyone to the next part of quantum harmonic oscillator lecture. In the last lecture, we discussed that the 0 point energy in case of quantum harmonic oscillator is not exactly zero. It basically came out to be half h bar omega. How actually we can infer that this 0 point energy should not come out to be zero? How we can infer that? So let's talk about this. So basically it is a consequence of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So what does this state? It states that if there is an uncertainty in measurement of energy, that is delta E, and it is measured over time delta t, then the product of these uncertainties must be greater than h bar over 2. So in other words, how can we actually infer it? It is like that, suppose to measure energy E, I take time delta t, then uncertainty in measurement of what? In measurement of energy E, that is delta E, must be greater than equal to h bar over 2 delta t. Larger the time I take to measure this energy, lesser will be the uncertainty in the measurement of energy. Okay, so now we come here. If this energy had been zero, perfectly zero, then the measurement, if I'm saying if, then the uncertainty in measurement of delta E, we are basically saying zero, then the time taken for this measurement must tends to infinity. So what does this mean? That if the time it takes will be infinity, then what does it mean? That the quantum harmonic oscillator, once the particle crosses its mean position, it will come back after infinite time. So how can we say that it is an oscillator if it comes to its mean position after infinite time? So there is a cyclic paradox going on. So that can't be possible. So what does we say? That the 0 point energy in case of quantum harmonic oscillator is never zero. Okay. So now we move forward. Now let us have commutator of A, Hamiltonian and lowering operator A. So what will be that? We know that we can write this Hamiltonian as A dagger A plus half h bar omega, and lowering operator A is as it is. So we can now write it as A dagger A h bar omega comma A plus half h bar omega comma A. As half h bar omega is a constant, so this commutator will come out to be 0, and this we can write as h bar omega I take outside, and I can write it as A dagger A comma A. Now from our previous video we have shown that A dagger A commutated with A gives minus A. So using that here, I get commutator of Hamiltonian with lowering operator is nothing but minus h bar omega A. Now I can write it as Hamiltonian A minus A h is equal to minus h bar A omega, and I can write it as h A is equal to A H minus A H bar omega. Okay. So using this, I will come to a conclusion. What? Let us see. Let this operator H A acts on a state N. What will it give to me? I can write it as A H minus A H bar omega operating over ket N. Now we can write it as A Hamiltonian operating over N minus H bar omega A operating over N. This H bar omega is a constant quantity, so we can write it as early or before, it doesn't matter at all. So now what? This Hamiltonian operating on N. So what it will give? It will give energy eigenvalue En corresponding to this nth state in this ket N. So we will get what? En A operating over N minus H bar omega A operating over N. So we can write it as Hamiltonian A operating over N is equal to En minus H bar omega A operating over N. So what does we conclude over from here? If Hamiltonian acts on this state A operating on N, then it gives energy eigenvalue En minus H bar omega with the same eigenstate A N. So we can conclude that what we can conclude that this Hamiltonian operating on this state giving me the same energy eigenvalue as it has been operated on a state n minus 1. Oh, let's see that Hamiltonian operating on the state ket n minus 1, what it will give? It will give me energy eigenvalue of nth state E n minus 1. Yes or no? Yes. So we can write it as energy eigenvalue of n minus 1th state will be n minus 1 plus half h bar omega n minus 1 ket n minus 1, and what it will come? It will come so this it will come n plus half h bar omega minus h bar omega ket n minus 1. So what is this? This is energy of nth state. So En minus h bar omega operating over ket n minus 1. So when Hamiltonian acts on the state an, or whether it acts on the state ket n minus 1, it is giving me the same energy eigenvalue. So I can conclude that the work of this operator A is to lower the state by unity. Okay, so do you get it? Okay, so I repeat my statement that when Hamiltonian or acts on ket n, it gives energy eigenvalue n plus half h bar omega. When Hamiltonian acts on the state A ket n, it gives energy eigenvalue n minus 1 plus half h bar omega, that is same as the energy eigenvalue we obtain when Hamiltonian acts on a state one step lower than the state ket n, that is ket n minus 1. Okay, so we conclude that this A cap is a lowering operator. Now we move forward. Similarly, we will study the operator A dagger. Okay, so what will we do? For that, I will calculate commutator of Hamiltonian with A dagger. What it will come out? I can write it as A dagger A plus half h bar omega comma A dagger. Now I can simplify and write it down as A dagger A h bar omega plus, okay, so here it is comma A dagger, and then plus half h bar omega A dagger. As half h bar omega is a constant, so this commutator will be 0, and now we can write it as h bar omega taking outside A dagger A comma A dagger commutator. So what will it come out? How can we write it? So it will come out to be A dagger. So I can write it as h bar omega A dagger. So now I can write it as Hamiltonian operating over A dagger, Hamiltonian with A dagger minus A dagger Hamiltonian is equal to h bar omega A dagger. So I can write it as Hamiltonian A dagger is equal to h bar A dagger, h bar omega A dagger plus A dagger Hamiltonian. So now let's say this operator Hamiltonian A dagger operates on a state ket n. What will we get? We will get h bar omega A dagger plus A dagger Hamiltonian operating on the state ket n. Now we will get h bar omega A dagger operating on the state ket n plus A dagger Hamiltonian operating on the state ket n. So we can write it as h bar omega same A dagger ket n plus, now this will become what? A dagger h bar operating over Hamiltonian operating over n will give me what? Energy of nth state in ket n. I can write it as energy of nth state En plus h bar omega operating over, sorry, energy eigenvalue multiplied with A dagger n. So what do I get? That is Hamiltonian operates on this eigenvector A dagger n gives eigenvalue En plus h bar omega giving the same eigenstate A dagger n. So what do we conclude? We conclude that when Hamiltonian acts on this state A dagger n, it gives energy eigenvalue En plus half h bar omega, and this energy eigenvalue is same as if Hamiltonian has been acted upon the state one step higher than the state ket n, that is on ket n plus 1. So we can say that here this operator A dagger acts as a raising operator because it raises the state by unity. So that is how we conclude that these are raising and lowering operator. So if they are raising and lowering operator, I can write that whenever this lowering operator A will act on ket n, it will give me some state ket n minus 1 with some coefficient c minus here. Let me name it equation 1. And whenever this operator A dagger acts on ket n, it will give me some coefficient C plus with some state ket n plus 1. Remember, here these equations are not eigenvalue equations. Why these are not eigenvalue equations? Because here the state has changed. So these actually are not eigenvalue equations. But I want to find out these coefficients C minus and C plus. Now how can we find out this? So let's go there. I am taking first of all dual of equation first. What will I get? I will get bra n A dagger is equal to C minus 1 conjugate bra n minus 1. Now from this and first equation I can write bra n A dagger A ket n is equal to C minus conjugate C minus ket n bra n minus 1 ket n minus 1. Now this will give me 1 and I can write it as n. Here what is this? This is A dagger A operating on n. Remember when we have started in the previous lecture, we started from here. A dagger A operating over n gives me some eigenvalue n with this same state n. So I can write it at what? This will give me n and then again n, ket n. So I can write it as c minus 1 c minus mod squared. So this will give me what? This will give me here, what is this? This is again operator. This is n, and then it is scalar product of n with n, inner product of n with n, and c minus mod square. This will give me again 1. So I can write it what? C minus is equal to plus minus square root of n. Here we are neglecting c minus is equal to minus n, because this represents, here c minus represents the magnitude of a state vector and can't be negative. So we have to write c minus is equal to square root of n. So similarly, if we calculate c plus, we will get c plus will come out to be square root of n plus 1. Now these equations, first and second, will modify to which equation? We can write representing c minus and c plus. We can write them. How we can write them? Let's move there. So we can write it as a dagger operating over n. What was that? That was raising operator operating over n will give me c plus. C plus is what? Square root of n plus 1, and giving the state one step higher. Similarly, for the lowering operator a operating over n, this is what? Lowering operator. Lowering operator. We can write it as square root of n ket n minus 1. The state is lowered. And when we do a dagger a operating over n, from where we have started, this comes out to be n ket n. This is really an eigenvalue equation, but these are not eigenvalue equations. So let's conclude this lecture here. From next lecture, we will study the solution for wave function for a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator. So let's stop here. Thank you.